I'm not sure if we have enough internet for this episode. Can I get some more? Cause it's a series of tubes, get it? We've been waiting to see whether AMD's 3rd gen Ryzen CPUs will continue in the tradition of greatness started by their predecessors, and although we haven't seen third-party benchmarks yet, it looks like the Ryzen 3000 series might be pure bangers.
Shut your butt.
I will not. The 5 multi-threaded CPUs that AMD unveiled at Computex are the 6-core Ryzen 5 3600 and 3600X, the 8-core Ryzen 7 3700X and 3800X, and the 12-core Ryzen 9 3900X, the first mainstream class desktop CPU with 24 threads. AMD demoed the chip in single and multi-threaded tasks, beating Intel's competing 12-core i9-9920X, which costs $1,200. The Ryzen 9 3900X will retail for $499.
That's less.
That's less than half.
Holy cow.
And it comes with a cooler, and it has a much lower TDP. Yeah! 3rd gen Ryzen should be compatible with most AM4 boards with a BIOS update, but it's also arriving alongside the X570 motherboard chipset, which supports PCIe 4.0. Corsair and Gigabyte showed off some M.2 SSDs that are PCIe 4.0 ready, but you know what else will support it? AMD's new Navi GPU. And no, it's not called the RX 3080. I've never been happier to find out a rumor was false. What it's actually called is the RX 5700.
Much better.
It's not much better because there's already a Radeon RX 570, so this is just like another zero.
Less worse.
Yeah, anyways, AMD has finally moved past the GCN architecture. The RX 5700 is built on RDNA, or Radeon DNA, and is apparently on par with the RTX 2070. We didn't get specs or price, but AMD will most likely reveal those details at E3 in June with availability in July. Also, it doesn't have ray tracing. So the graphics front is a little less exciting, but man, AMD Ryzen, huh? How many times do you think we can make the Ryzen up joke before it's tired? So what did Intel have to say for themselves at Computex? Not much. The company unveiled a super-clocked version of its flagship gaming processor, the Core i9-9900K, called the i9-9900KS. It's got a base clock of 4 gigahertz and can push every one of its 8 cores to a 5 gigahertz boost clock, which is a big deal because normally boost clock frequencies only apply to 1 core. And it appears that unlike their notorious ice chiller demo, these clocks can be achieved using normal computer hardware. So that's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to be excited about it, it's hard. Intel also teased the performance of their 11th gen integrated graphics, which can apparently run games at 1080p slightly better than AMD's built-in Vega graphics on 2nd gen Ryzen. So maybe that means Intel's graphics cards will be good too? I'm trying.
You gotta have things to look forward to.
Yeah, it's just not as cool. ASUS, however, did show off some innovative tech. It's questionably useful, but still. The ZenBook Pro Duo is like the Nintendo DS of laptops with a secondary display below the primary one spanning the width of the keyboard. Linus did a video on it and he apparently thinks it might be useful. But I don't know, maybe the humidity there is like getting to his head. Personally, I don't know if he can be trusted because of this. ASUS also iterated on their combination touchpad and display feature, the ScreenPad, from last year. ScreenPad 2.0 is larger, more intuitive to use, and uses the laptop's CPU integrated graphics instead of the GPU for better power savings. The company also showed off a pair of portable USB-C monitors, one with a 240 Hz refresh rate.
Yeah, girl!
Wow! And one with a touchscreen.
Yeah.
But perhaps the most interesting product unveiling was the ZenBook Edition 30, a white leather and gold laptop to celebrate their 30th anniversary. So that's very exciting for hardcore ASUS fans who are also tremendously wealthy. NVIDIA also showed up at Computex 2019, but if you were looking for an explanation for that cryptic super teaser from last week, you'll be disappointed.
Really?
Yep, all they really showed off was the new NVIDIA Studio initiative designed to help manufacturers like Acer, HP, and Razer build powerful laptops for creators, which will be equipped with Quadro RTX or GeForce RTX GPUs.
So was that it?
Basically.
Was that the super thing?
No, we're gonna hear about that at E3.
Oh, good.
The company also announced an official ray tracing enabled version of Quake 2, which is now available, and that the feature is also coming to the upcoming Wolfenstein Youngblood game. And apparently, we weren't all crazy. NVIDIA was scared of AMD naming the Navi GPU the RX 3080, so NVIDIA patented the numbers 3080, 4080, and 5080. Well, at least they have it now, you know, thinking ahead. Computex isn't all about desktop, okay? Mobile's in there too.
Don't forget about mobile.
Listen to James. And ARM doesn't want you to forget it because they unveiled the Cortex A77 CPU and the Mali G77 GPU, both with performance boosts over their predecessors, but we can't very well go out and buy these and stick them in our phones. So why the heck are we talking about it, James?
All theoretical, man.
Yeah.
Base your chips on this, man.
Oof. The Wall Street Journal has published an article detailing the accusations leveled against Huawei as it rose in power and significance over the past decade. It points out that the current scandal over the company's potential status as a spy for the Chinese government doesn't even address claims that it stole technology from other companies. Did you forget about that, James?
I've been silenced.
By Huawei? A New York Times report claims that the ransomware that is currently crippling Baltimore's computer systems is based on Eternal Blue, a piece of malware that was created by the NSA. Eternal Blue was leaked in 2017, and Microsoft released a patch for the malware a day later, but apparently, Baltimore hasn't been keeping their PCs up to date. I should really show this story to my dad. He hasn't updated his phone since like 2012. Told you, Dad! And if you want to skip the whole not updating thing and get right to the malware, you can buy this laptop running Windows XP, which is infected with 6 of the world's deadliest viruses, including WannaCry, for over $1 million. It's an art project titled The Persistence of Chaos. And the auction has probably concluded by now, actually, so you can't buy it, sorry. The laptop apparently had all of its connectivity options disabled, so the malware can't spread. So it's perfectly safe, I'm sure. No one will find a way to make this horrible.